Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in here. Pretty busy slate today. 15 matchups, starting with the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at minus 140. The Mets plus 120 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Mets is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 2.88. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 9 strikeouts, and that was against Miami. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 1.72. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Mets coming off a 2-game losing streak against Houston. In that Miami series, which they had a week ago, won 3-1. Miami coming off a 3-0 series win against Colorado. Played very well in that series. Pretty even matchup here, honestly. Both pitchers playing very well on the mound. Walker only giving up 2 runs in his last 2 starts. One of those was against Miami here. I think I'm going to take the Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Astros plus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Houston is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 2.30. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 3.27. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Astros coming off a 7-6 loss against the Yankees yesterday. Very close game there. The Yankees on a 2-game winning streak right now. Pretty good pitching matchup for both teams here. Severino coming off a 5-run game. Verlander coming off a 4-run game. Yankees on a huge home game winning streak. It's like 14 or 15 games at home they've won in a row, which is insane. They've played very well here. And I like the Yankees, man. Until they start losing, especially at home, maybe it'll be time to fade them, but all they've done is just win and cover and get wins, and I'm taking the Yankees at home. Next matchup, we have the Boston Red Sox versus the Cleveland Guardians. Boston opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Cleveland plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 3.31. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run and had 10 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA at 3.77. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Boston on a 4-game winning streak. Looked very good in that Detroit series. Cleveland coming off a 1-0 loss against Minnesota. Boston 9-2 on the road where they played very well. And yeah, I like Nick Pivetta on the mound. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 2 starts. I think I'm going to lean with the Red Sox on the road. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay opening up as home favorites at minus 220. Pittsburgh plus 180 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 4.72. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Jeffrey Springs with an ERA of 2.0. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitt coming off an 8-7 win against the Cubs. Played very well in that Cubs series. Tampa Bay just 1-3 in their last 4. They struggled against the Yankees. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They haven't been playing the best baseball right now. I think this is a great spot for Tampa Bay at home. Where they've been good, 4-2 at home right now. Pitt just 1-7 on the road. I think Tampa Bay gets it done here, gets back on track. I'm rolling with the Rays at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Atlanta Braves. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -135. The Braves +115 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 2.56. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Ian Anderson with an ERA of 4.35. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Dodgers coming off a 3-game winning streak against Cincinnati. Atlanta coming off a 2-game winning streak against the Giants. Dodgers 9-4 on the road. Atlanta 10-1 at home. Good home team, good road team here. Both pitchers coming off a game where they didn't allow a run. I think I'm going to take the Braves +1.5 at home. A very even matchup here altogether here. So I'm going to take Braves +1.5. Next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -175. The Nationals +145 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Nationals is Paolo Espino with an ERA of 2.29. His last start, he pitched 5 innings. He gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 4.38. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Washington just 2-8 in their last 10, coming off a 7-0 loss against Philly, or against Baltimore. Rangers coming off 2 wins against the Phillies, played well against the Phillies in both those games. Washington 1-4 on the road right now, which they've been struggling. I'm just not in love with the Nationals. They've just been very horrible. Hard to trust them. Rangers got a little bit of momentum coming into this with a couple wins over the Phillies. I'm going to take the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at -175. Baltimore +145 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Orioles is Austin Voth with an ERA of 8.39. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 2.38. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Baltimore beating the White Sox yesterday 4-0. On a 2-game winning streak right now. Kind of surprised they shut out the White Sox yesterday. White Sox on a 2-game losing streak right now. Not sure I love Voth on the mound. Even though his first start of the season, he didn't allow a run. Played very well. Kopech's been solid. Coming off a game where he gave up 4 runs, but the 2 games prior did not allow a run. I like the White Sox to bounce back here. Coming off a 4-0 loss yesterday, I think they get things going again. I'm taking the White Sox at home. Next matchup, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -160. The Rockies +135 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Rockies is Yerman Marquez with an ERA of 6.16. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Dylan Bundy with an ERA of 5.17. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Colorado coming off 3 losses against Miami. Minnesota coming off a win against Cleveland in a series that they did struggle. Not in love with the pitching matchup here. I think the over is probably a good play. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. Yeah, I'm just not sold on this matchup here. If I had to, I'd take a shot with the Rockies plus 1.5 on the road. Just not entirely in love with this matchup here. I'm going to take the Rockies plus 1.5. And the over 9 seems kind of intriguing as well. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at minus 135. Oakland plus 115 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for Oakland is Cole Irvin with an ERA of 3.14. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 5.05. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs and had 2 strikeouts. Oakland on a 3-game losing streak. Kansas City coming off a 5-0 loss against the Angels. Another matchup I don't really love here. Kansas City 5-2 in their last 7, so they've been pretty decent. Oakland just 2-7 on the road. Oakland, their last 3 games, they've only scored 3 runs total in their last 3 games. And in the games they played Kansas City, didn't score that many runs either. So I'm gonna lean with the Royals at home here. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Toronto opening up as road favorites at minus 160. The Brewers plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 2.0. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Brewers is Adrian Hauser with an ERA of 4.24. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Toronto beating the White Sox 9-5 in their last game. Brewers coming off a St. Louis win. Both teams kind of struggling here lately. Adrian Hauser hasn't been the best on the mound. Manoah's been good, coming off a 4-run game though, a game where he struggled. I think I'm going to take the Brewers plus 1.5 at home. To lay minus 160 on the Blue Jays is just kind of risky to me, the way they've been playing lately. So I'm going to take Brewers plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 160. The Cubs plus 135 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 5.43. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cardinals is Andre Palante with an ERA of 1.69. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Cubs coming off an 8-7 loss against Pittsburgh. St. Louis coming off a 6-4 loss against Milwaukee. Cubs 1-8 on the road, where they just have not played very well here. I do like Palante on the mound. He's been very good for the Cardinals. And yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 160. Seattle plus 135 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Angels is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 4.15. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mariners is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 4.23. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Seattle coming into this on a 3-game winning streak against Oakland. Angels coming off a 5-0 win against Kansas City. They did play Seattle here, a 5-game series, just a week ago. Going 4-1 in those matchups. Angels kind of dominated Seattle. Pretty even pitching matchup here. Lorenzen coming off a bad game where he gave up 7 runs. I think I'm going to take the Seattle plus 1.5 on the road. Lorenzen's given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts. Flexen's only given up 2 runs in each of his last 3, so he's been pretty consistent. Got some momentum on a 3-game winning streak right now. I'm going to take the Mariners plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at minus 165. Detroit plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Detroit is Ronnie Garcia with an ERA at 4.97. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for Arizona is Merrill Kelly with an ERA at 3.46. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Detroit on a 3-game losing streak right now. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Arizona also on a 3-game losing streak. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Another ugly matchup that I really want no part of. Pretty even pitching matchup. Don't know if I can trust Arizona minus 165. That's really a really high price to pay for a team on a 3-game losing streak. Both teams struggling. I'm going to take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the San Diego Padres. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 135. The Padres plus 115 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA at 3.11. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Padres is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA at 3.64. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 1 strikeout, coming off a very bad game on the mound. Phillies beating the Padres 6-2 yesterday. Phillies 5-1 on the road against the Padres. Yeah, Gore coming off a bad game last game, so not too concerned with that. I'm going to take Padres plus 1.5 at home. Coming off a loss yesterday. I think they play better again today here, so I'm going to take the Padres plus 1.5. And then the last matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 200. The Reds plus 170 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 3.51. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 5.62. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Reds on a 7-game losing streak right now. Giants coming off a 2-game losing streak against Atlanta, but great opportunity for them against this Reds team that's on a bad losing streak. I think Giants get back on track here at home. I'm taking the Giants at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.